Okay, our next speaker is John, who's going to address the role of digital and social media in raising awareness and creating action. Thanks, John.
Great, thanks, Joy. Hi, everyone. I know we're halfway through the last day of the conference, so everyone's probably getting a little bit tired. I'll try and keep this session nice and light and hopefully give you some useful information. So I'm here today to talk about how social media can raise awareness and create action for social issues. My name's JB, John Bishop, but most people know me as JB. I'm one of the co-founders of Pet Rescue. Who here doesn't know what Pet Rescue does? Wow, that's awesome. Okay, oh good one, right. I can continue on this slide then. So Pet Rescue, we see ourselves as an umbrella organisation supporting all the rescue groups in Australia. And when I say rescue groups, I mean rescue groups, pounds, shelters, foster care groups, the RSPCAs, the Animal Welfare Leagues, any group that's trying to rehome animals within Australia. And we see our role as being here to market and advertise rescue pets, to give them the best opportunity of finding a new home. I forget to click. So today Tim Rickman from Pedigree was supposed to be joining me. Unfortunately, he's not been able to make it, which means that we won't talk very much about Pedigree and a lot more about Pet Rescue. I'm not here to talk about sales or profit or anything like that. More here to talk about how a brand that has a belief can partner with a similarly minded, great not-for-profit, being Pet Rescue, to deliver to that belief. So I'll give you the background of the cause, the impact that it's having, and how digital and social media is central to what we do. And I'll especially talk about how social media has helped us turn passive well-wishers into passionate advocates. So, as we all know, the dog homelessness issue in Australia is significant. And before I continue, I should say Pet Rescue rehomes dogs, cats, guinea pigs, rabbits. We've had the odd turkey, I think. But as the Pedigree Adoption Drive is all about dogs, that's primarily what I'll be talking about today. So, some quick stats, and we've been over this a lot over this conference, so I won't dwell on this slide, but we know that there's a lot of dogs that are euthanised within Australia every year simply because homes can't be found for them. So, based on these stats, probably 4 perfectly happy, healthy dogs will be euthanised in Australia, just while I'm speaking. The reasons for this, there's many reasons, but the main ones, and again, we've spoken about these a lot over this conference, so I won't dwell on this too much, but relationship breakups where neither party can take the dog when a relationship falls apart, change of family circumstances, perhaps where an owner has passed away or has gone into care, financial hardship where people simply can't afford to keep the dogs any longer, possibly surrendered for another reason such as moving interstate or internationally. And of course dogs that escape properties, aren't microchipped, don't have a collar, can't find their way home. And even dogs that are microchipped but the details on that chip are out of date. So we find that in the vast majority of cases the reasons that dogs find their way into the rescue system are of no fault of their own. That's the first part of the dog homelessness issue. The second part is dealing with the barriers to adoption. These are some of the most common reasons we hear. People that want a puppy and every time they walk into their shopping centre they see puppies in the window of the pet shop. So that's where they go to find a puppy. And of course there's plenty of puppies in rescue, we all know that. People that want a pure breed dog and think that to get that they have to go to a breeder, whereas again there's plenty of pure breeds in rescue. A lot of people simply aren't aware of the dog homelessness issue, in fact all animals that are homeless in Australia. And those that are, a lot of them believe that there is something wrong with these dogs, that they're faulty, whereas of course we know they're beautiful, healthy animals that are looking for homes. And people that are aware of the issue and have got past the barrier of the dogs being faulty, they may simply just not know how to go about adopting. So a little bit about Pet Rescue. We started in 2003, launched the website in 2004. Started by 3 people, myself, Vicky and Michelle, and we now have Tash as well, who's our first employee, very exciting, 7 years in. So before we started Pet Rescue, Animal Rescue really didn't have any central online presence in Australia. Some of the rescue groups had small websites, but there wasn't really a place to go if you were looking for a rescue pet and you didn't know about the groups and the shelters out there. We support around it's more now actually, I think it's over 900 rescue groups around the country. And that's any group from the small volunteer-run foster care networks all the way through to the RSPCAs and animal welfare leagues. We started because we could see that the smaller groups had limited resources, they had limited finances, and they spent their time and their energy caring for the pets that were in their care and didn't have the resources to build a website or market themselves online, and we saw that we could help with that. Pet Rescue is convenient. It's a single destination for potential pet adopters. The emotional experience of going to a shelter and wanting to take home every pet that's there is removed. And it makes searching for a new pet fun and enjoyable, which is how we think it should be. And I think it was last weekend or the weekend before, we've just hit over 100,000 pets adopted via Pet Rescue since we launched. So thanks. It's great to know that we've made such a significant impact on pet homelessness in Australia. You might have noticed during the conference, a lot of the team here have been on their laptops and iPhones and things. We're not being rude. We're actually really this is how we embrace social media. Michelle's been live vlogging, Tash has been updating Facebook, and I took this photo and posted it on Twitter. So yeah, we love social media, and we do everything we can to share rescue via those avenues because there's just such a huge potential there. Digital is core to what we do at Pet Rescue. If we didn't run the website, we would never have had these successes that we have. We're primarily an online organisation, and we empower the rescue groups to log on to Pet Rescue, list the pets that they have in their care for adoption, and they maintain their own listings, as in this pet profile here. Upload a bit of a description of the pet, upload a photo, they can put up a video, and it's all managed by the group themselves. We don't control any of that process as long as they follow our fairly generous rules. At any given time, there's about 2,500 dogs that are available for adoption on Pet Rescue, about 5,000 animals in total, and currently we see around 330,000 people each month looking at the website. So that's a really powerful tool for rescue groups to showcase the pets they have for adoption. Since we launched, we've just been increasing our adoption rate massively year on year. In 2009 was the first year that we partnered with Pedigree for the adoption drive, and 2010 was the first year that we really embraced social media as an organisation, and you can see it's had a massive impact on the amount of pets that have been rehomed via Pet Rescue. So we can see that social media engagement with our public and with our supporters really does result in some fantastic impact. Just quickly talking about Pedigree, and again I won't dwell on this because Tim's not here, but Pedigree, we couldn't have been luckier to partner with a company like Pedigree. They're the biggest dog food manufacturer in Australia and one of the largest in the world, and their ethos really fits so well with our Pet Rescue ethics and goals. They really do believe that every dog deserves a loving home, and they show that support to us to really promote that message. They've done some amazing work and continue to. So to promote dog homelessness, or the dog homelessness issue in Australia, they launched the Adoption Drive. And the Adoption Drive is a global initiative for Mars Pet Care, executed at a local level. And Australia is now leading the way in this global program of Mars. In fact, I was just chatting with Tim yesterday, and he was saying he's just finished doing a presentation to the actual Mars family that run the organisation, because the Australian Pedigree Adoption Drive is leading the way worldwide. So that's pretty amazing to be involved in. From Pedigree's point of view, Pet Rescue are the perfect partner for the Adoption Drive. We bring authenticity to the message, and more importantly, we're a national group and we support all of the animal rescue groups around the country. So by supporting us, they're effectively supporting all the rescue groups, all 900 that utilise Pet Rescue. The Adoption Drive aims to spread awareness of the dog homelessness issue in Australia and just educate people about the dogs that are available and that they're great dogs and there's nothing wrong with them, and inspire people to adopt. So initially back in 2009, when we partnered with Pedigree for the first year, we used traditional media to promote the cause. So we used newspaper advertising, we sponsored, and when I say we, I mean Pedigree, because we don't have any money. We sponsored AFL games, we did outdoor activations like the Yellow Dog Day, which we ran in Melbourne and Sydney and Brisbane. We had some dogs on Funniest Home Videos, and Tash was there for that one. And TV commercials as well ran quite frequently. And this worked well, but it wasn't fantastic. It cost a lot of money and it really wasn't that effective. We found we were just pushing a message out there and people weren't necessarily taking that on board. We've since discovered that social media really is a powerful vehicle to drive social change. We can empower our followers and our fans, passionate animal advocates, with information, and they then disseminate that data along to their social networks. And that gives us far greater reach than we would ever have in any other situation. For the campaign last year, Facebook was the obvious choice, huge reach. There's I think 10 million active Facebook users in Australia. And it gave us the opportunity to, again, empower people with knowledge and information and push that out to their networks and really influence their social groups. The target for the campaign was 15,000 fans of the Adoption Drive Facebook page. And to reach that goal, Pedigree agreed to donate 1 bowl of food for every person that fanned or became a member of the Adoption Drive Facebook page. That was quite successful. We ended up with just over 50,000 people liking the group. Maybe not so successful for Pedigree because they had to buy all that dog food. But and we've since organised to get that group sent out to all of our members around the country, and this is one of many photos of the groups receiving the food. So we found that by giving that simple incentive to say, join the page and we'll donate a bowl of food, or Pedigree will donate a bowl of food to Pet Rescue and our groups, it was a simple way for people to get involved, and it was very, very effective. What we didn't really anticipate was the ongoing flow-on effect that the Adoption Drive Facebook page would have. We found we've brought together a community of like-minded people, and we do things like there's a dog of the day that goes up on the Facebook page, and again goes out to I think over 60,000 people now every single day. Just links through to the dog's profile on Pet Rescue, but it's become a real community portal. People get on there, they tell stories about their adoption experiences, they share photos, and it's also a way for the rescue groups that use Pet Rescue that may not run their own websites or have that social media strategy or ability. They can get on there and they can interact with the public as well. And of course, the Pet Rescue Facebook page as well, we promote that and do lots of cross-promotion between the groups and each other. So the forums, the Facebook page has really become a self-fulfilling, self-moderating area, which is incredible. People can jump on there, ask questions, and there's a really active, passionate community that can get involved and answer the questions. So results for the 2010 Adoption Drive. We saw 18,714 dogs adopted, We raised $150,000 that went to Pet Rescue, which we used to continue operating and continue to support the rescue groups around the country. And most of that money came from sales of Pedigree products. So again, Pedigree really getting behind the cause and putting their money where their mouth is. And just, I mean, the 52,000 Facebook fans, that's fantastic, but for all of the posts that went up on the Facebook wall on the Adoption Drive page, they were viewed 27 million times by people. So that just goes to show that incredible reach that social media has, that, yeah, we couldn't have got to that number in any other way. So for 2010, for the Adoption Drive, which is actually running at the moment, it's running through August and September, we asked the question, how can we amplify the message further? We know that awareness of the dog homelessness issue among the public is still a significant issue, and we wanted to build on the success that we had with social media in 2010. We thought, how can we leverage the digital space to really drive awareness and amplify the message further? So, again, this is Pedigree's influence. They came up with this concept of, the commonly held insight that people look like their dogs, or dogs look like their people. And we thought, how could we take this concept and combine that with the digital tools that we have at our disposal to really drive awareness and continue to build engagement. The insight made us think that homeless dogs are just like you and me. They're happy, they're healthy, there's nothing wrong with them, they just need a loving home. And we wanted to present this message in a fun and engaging way so people would help us to spread the word. We've just got a quick video here. Ooh, that's me. Nice.
That's awesome.
Since 2007, Australia's Pedigree Adoption Drive have aimed to rehome as many shelter dogs as possible. Sadly, over 100,000 dogs are still euthanized in Australia every single year, and they're healthy, adoptable dogs.
What we needed was people to look at shelter dogs in a whole new way. So we created Dog-alike, a phone and Facebook application based on the insight that dogs look like their owners. It not only finds your perfect dog-alike match from the live pet rescue database, it lets you adopt them when they would otherwise be put down. Take a photo, and the software begins scanning every part of your face, from your eyes, hair, nose, mouth and facial shape. It then analyses and compares your features against every single dog until a perfect match is found. You can then whistle, and your dog-alike is yours to adopt. Or shake your phone to throw your perfect match a donation. And to reach a wider audience, we also built a version of the app to work exclusively on Facebook. You can even share it with your network of friends.
If we can't bring people to the rescue dogs, then we'll bring rescue dogs to the people. And this app makes that whole experience of looking for a new dog happy, fun and memorable as it should be. Thanks. I always forget that I'm in that video and I always cringe every time I watch it. And I should note as well, we did change the language a little bit. That was a very early cut of the video, and we made it a little more rescue friendly, not so much that the dogs will be put down if you don't adopt them. That changed. So since we launched Dog-alike about probably 8 weeks ago, it's been used over 50,000 times. So that's, again, fantastic exposure, and it gives people the opportunity. You can take the photo of yourself, match up with your Dog-alike, share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, email it to your friends. So just another example of how social networking can really help to spread the message. Just quickly, we're going to run through a short doco. We've got another couple of minutes, Joy? Yeah. Good. This is another project that Pedigree launched as part of this year's adoption drive, and it's the one I'm most excited about. Even though the dog like's very cool, this is a really new thing for us. It's a great way to spread the message about what the dog adoption process is from the moment a dog enters the rescue system through to finding a new home. So this is actually an 8-part doco. We're now up to, I think, episode 5 is released tonight. So if you find this engaging, and I hope you do, please jump onto Facebook, have a look at the Pedigree Adoption Drive Facebook page, have a look at the Pet Rescue Facebook page, and you'll be able to find the rest of the episodes there.
From Shih Tzus to Staffies, Great Danes to Greyhounds, dogs are Australia's #1 pet. But every day, around 2,000 of our canine friends of all shapes, sizes, breeds and backgrounds await adoption. Once again, Pedigree and Pet Rescue join forces to champion the annual Pedigree Adoption Drive. This series follows 4 of those dogs in their search for loving homes and a new start in life.
We're going into the pound for the council that covers Bacchus Marsh, and it's a small pound. We don't really know a whole lot about them except that they have a really good save rate, which is always nice when they can save more dogs than they put down.
Pet Rescue was started about 5 years ago because we realised that there are more than 250,000 rescue pets that are being euthanized every year because people just don't know they're there. The first thing we started was a website, petrescue.com.au, that lists all available rescue pets at different rescue groups. We always say it's a bit like a dating agency. You can see all the pets for adoption at all the different rescue groups and find out more about their personalities, and hopefully we can find adopters this way.
The process that we'd go through is walk in, see what they've got, and then assess, well, which dogs are they easily going to adopt out from the shelter, and which ones can we do a better job finding a new home for?
This little guy will be taken in a heartbeat. Probably want to take a look at this one, just bigger dog, young. How old is this dog? It's about 6 months? Yes. 8 months? Okay.
Well, one of our biggest problems is the misconceptions around rescue pets. People believe that there's something wrong with them and that's why they've ended up in rescue, but it's really not the case. I mean, pets end up in rescue for so many different reasons. It can be financial hardship, divorce, people not really understanding what it takes to own a pet, so often for reasons no fault of their own.
Doesn't really care about sounds.
Once I find a dog that I think might be a good candidate, I want to see how accepting it is of humans, if it's got any interest, if it has any fears or sensitivities, and then determine if this is going to be a problem or if it's just an easy enough thing to remedy. He's really calm. He's a little bit shy, which isn't unusual for a young dog, but certainly this environment will show a dog at its worst. And if this is the dog at its worst, then he's going to be great.
So begins Gilbert's journey to a new life. The sooner we can find him a home, the sooner we can come back and rescue another dog from the pound. To find out how Gilbert gets on, join us for the next episode of Underdogs, brought to you by the Pedigree Adoption Drive.
Thanks. So, again, you saw at the end there, Pedigree are donating a bowl of food for each view these videos have. So, just another way they're supporting rescue. And I like that video a lot more because it's got Vicky in it, not me. So, what have we learned? We've learned that a brand and a not-for-profit with the same belief can come together to deliver a really powerful cause. The not-for-profit group brings authenticity, and the corporate can deliver amplification of that message. Digital and social media is really powerful because it can give small volunteer-run organisations a voice, whereas otherwise it may be hard for them to get their message out there. And if it's a genuine cause, consumers will become advocates of the cause and the brand and just champion that and take that message out there to their friends and eventually to the masses. And really, digital is a platform for this to happen. thanks very much for listening today. If you do have any questions at all for myself or the rest of the team, please come and grab us, have a chat with us. We're more than happy to discuss any questions or anything you may have. A big thank you to Animal Welfare League Queensland for having us here, and also a huge thank you to Pedigree, who continue to support Pet Rescue and all the groups around the country. And just to finish up, all of the dogs featured in this presentation were actually rehomed through Pet Rescue during the adoption drive last year, so great result.